And this episode is sponsored by HelloFresh. If you're tired of setting unrealistic New Year's resolutions, this year do things a little differently and regain control over your food choices with HelloFresh. Getting a home-cooked meal on the table every day is an accomplishment worth celebrating. Let HelloFresh help you with 50 weekly menu and market items to choose from so you can think less about what's for dinner and more about achieving your goals. HelloFresh makes eating well easier with many family-friendly, calorie-smart, pescatarian, and veggie options every week. Plus, every recipe includes fresh produce sourced directly from farmers. And most importantly, you can save some time because HelloFresh offers a wide variety of quick and easy recipes, including 20-minute meals, easy cleanup, and low prep options. And that's my personal favorite. During a busy week, I love having something quick and easy to go to. So get the new year kicked off the right way. Go to HelloFresh.com, use the code MrMakeItHappen16 for up to 16 free meals and 3 surprise gifts. That's HelloFresh.com, code MrMakeItHappen16 for 16 free meals and 3 gifts. What's up, guys? Welcome back. Winter's in full swing and it just keeps snowing here in Virginia, so I figured it's time for some comfort food. Today, I'm going to show you a new and improved potato soup recipe. But before we do that, please take a quick second to subscribe to the channel. Make sure to hit that bell to enable notifications as well. All right, guys, meet me in the kitchen. Let's make it happen. First things first, we're getting the party started with our potatoes. Today I'm using Yukon Gold potatoes, which happen to be my favorite potatoes for potato soup, but you could also use white potatoes or russet potatoes. You guys know the drill. It's time to get all of our prep work out of the way so we can get to cooking. So first things first, I'm gonna go ahead and cut the ends off of my potatoes, break out the potato peeler or paring knife, whatever you're more comfortable with, and peel the skin off the potatoes until they're nice and pretty like so. And now it's time to cut them into bite-sized pieces. That way they boil and get nice and tender for us a little bit quicker. So I like to cut them in half and then into thirds and then a couple more slices down the side like you see right here until they're all into equal size bite-sized pieces. That's gonna help us get them nice and clean, and it's gonna help them cook a little bit faster for us. Nobody's got time to be sitting around waiting on those potatoes to boil all day. So add them to a large mixing bowl, rinse them with some cold water 3 or 4 times until the water runs clear. Get in there with your hands, make sure they're nice and clean. Now it's time to prep our onion. I have 1 yellow onion that's diced up. Our Dutch oven is heated to medium heat. We're gonna add a little butter and some bacon. That's right. Don't call the health police on me, guys. I promise that this is gonna be super delicious. It's snowing outside, it's cold as hell, and it's time for a little comfort food. A little bacon and butter ain't gonna hurt nobody. So what we're doing right here, guys, is working over medium heat. We want that bacon to render all of its fat and flavor into the bottom of this Dutch oven. Once it gets nice and crispy, we're gonna use a slotted spoon and remove the bacon, leaving behind all that fat and flavor in the bottom of the pot. That is gonna help flavor our soup. So there we go, going ahead to remove that bacon. It's looking beautiful. We're gonna add that onion to the remaining bacon fat in the Dutch oven. Break out the spatula, move that around, make sure the onion's cooking nicely, gets nice and tender. Your house is gonna be smelling amazing. Nothing smells better than a little onion and garlic and some bacon fat. Speaking of the garlic, we're gonna crush a couple cloves of garlic. Quick reminder, guys, that all the specific measurements and ingredients are provided for you in the description box below, so don't forget to check that out. Once the onions are tender, we added in the garlic. You don't want to add the garlic too early because garlic has a tendency to burn. So there we go. We got our onions and garlic in there. Now we're going in with some low sodium chicken base. This is from Better Than Bouillon. They're not a sponsor, but they make a fantastic product. You can find that at most grocery stores in the chicken broth aisle. We're gonna work that in. That's gonna add tons of flavor to the party. You know we're all about building flavor on this channel. So there we go. We got the bacon, we got the onion, the garlic, the chicken base, and the world's best all-purpose seasoning. If you haven't tried that yet, you can grab that via the link in my bio. We're gonna restock that real soon. Thanks for all the support. And now we're going in with a couple tablespoons of all-purpose flour. That's gonna effectively make a roux, which is gonna be the thickening agent for our soup. We wanna toast that for a minute or two to cook off that raw flour taste. It's gonna form like a paste-like consistency like you see right here. And once we've got it right where we want it, it's time to go in with our chicken broth. You can use low sodium or no sodium chicken broth here. That way you can monitor the salt intake for this soup. We use the low sodium Better Than Bouillon also, so you can kind of doctor it up as needed. You're gonna bring this up to a simmer, and then we're gonna go in with our milk. After the milk is added, we're gonna bring that back to a simmer, add in our heavy cream. Again, guys, all the specific measurements and ingredients are provided for you in the description box below, so don't forget to check that out. What we want to do now is bring this up to a boil. That way things start to thicken up for us. We're shooting for a thick and creamy potato soup here. If you're familiar with my channel, you know I have a potato soup recipe on here already. but the quality of the channel in terms of the production, the video, the audio, everything's gotten better. And I've made this recipe a little bit better in my opinion, so I hope you guys try this one out. We switched a couple things up, made it even more tasty. There we go, we're going in with our potatoes. We're gonna cover that with a lid, let that simmer until the potatoes get nice and tender. Usually takes around 15 to 20 minutes until they're fork tender. How do you know they're fork tender? You give them the fork test like you see right here. If a fork pierces the potato with little resistance, that indicates that they're nice and tender, and that is what we want to see. So now, my friends, it's time to break out the potato masher. I like to leave some lumps in my potato soup. I don't want it to be fully smooth, so we're going to go ahead and mash these up, and then I'm going to remove some of the chunks and blend the rest of the soup, and then add those chunks back to the smooth soup. That way we have a little bit of chunkiness going on in our potato soup. But first, we're gonna go ahead and grate some cheddar cheese. We have a new box grater here. We're gonna add about 8 ounces or so of cheddar cheese. You can use sharp or mild, whatever floats your boat. Break out the hand blender, or you can use your stand-up blender that's on your counter. Whatever you have at the house is fine. We're gonna blend that soup up, and then I'm going in with, one of my favorite ingredients, this boursin garlic and herbs cheese. A lot of recipes call for cream cheese in their potato soup. I like this instead of the cream cheese. It adds more flavor. Those herbs play really nicely in the potato soup, and it melts beautifully. So we're gonna turn the heat to low. We're gonna add that boursin cheese, and then we're gonna go in with our cheddar cheese as well. You can add as much or as little cheese as you want to. Totally up to you. You can customize this to your preference. Make sure you taste as you go and adjust the flavor to your preference. We're gonna mix that until everything is nice and smooth, and then we're gonna add back in those potato chunks from earlier. That way we have a nice chunky consistency like I like. Now it's time to add back in that bacon from the beginning of the video. We're gonna season to taste because we always taste as we go. I'm gonna add a little bit more all-purpose seasoning. My seasoning's low sodium, so yours may not need as much seasoning. We're also gonna add some smoked paprika and some ancho chili powder to really kick the flavor up to another level. Oh man, look at that. Say it with me, guys, looking good. That, my friends, is a beautiful potato soup. It's gonna warm your house up, make you feel good during these cold weather months. Let me know in the comments what your favorite soup is. We'll be doing plenty more during the winter. Oh man, look at that potato soup. It's time to plate this up, my friends. We're gonna add some garnish here. I'm going down with just a dollop of sour cream. Then we're going down with some more cheddar cheese, because why the hell not? Of course, we gotta add some more bacon bits and some green onions for that pop of color. You know that's on the way. And then I just need to find my spoon and dig into this bad boy because I am starving. Oh man, there's those green onions. I cannot wait to get in there. Where is the spoon, Matt? Let's get to it. Brace yourself for a trademark money shot. This is a bowl of comfort right here. We're gonna mix everything together so we can get that perfect bite, see what we got. Going in for the taste test. I think I know how this one's gonna turn out. I'm feeling a spoon drop coming. There it is, folks. Let me know what you think in the comments. Make sure you give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button and the bell to enable notifications. And as always, thank you for your support.